In a certain village there was a young woman who was lazy, slothful, and hated work. But who could gossip and chatter away for hours and hours and for days on end? Well, she took it into her head to invite the other girls to a spinning party, for in the village and in the countryside it is the lazy who give spinning parties, and the ones who like sweets that attend them. And so, on the appointed night, she got her spinners together. They spun for her, and she fed them. And as they spun, and as they ate, they talked of many things, including which one of them all was the bravest and the boldest. Says the lazybones, "I'm not afraid of anything." "Well then," said the spinners, "if you're not afraid, go past the graveyard to the church, take down one of the icons, and bring it here." "Good, I'll bring it. Only each of you must give me half of all you have spun tonight." The spinners agreed. "Why work," thought the lazybones, "if others will do the work for you?" And so she went, took down the icon, and brought it home. Her friends all admitted she had won the dare, but the icon had to be returned, and it was now midnight. Midnight! Who would take it? At length Lazybones said, "You girls go on spinning. I'll take it back myself. I'm not afraid of anything." So she went and replaced the icon, but as she was passing the graveyard on her way home, she saw a corpse in a white shroud, seated on a tomb, sitting on a tomb. It was a moonlit night. Everything was visible. She went up to the corpse, and grabbing the shroud, ran off with it. The corpse remained silent, not uttering a word. No doubt the time for it to speak had not yet come. When she arrived at home, the lazy young woman said, "There, I've returned the icon, and what's more, here's a shroud I took away from a corpse." Some of the girls were horrified, but most of them didn't believe it, and laughed at her. But in the middle of the night, as they all lay sleeping, all of a sudden the corpse tapped at the window and said, "Give me my shroud. Give me my shroud." The girls were so frightened they almost lost their wits, but Lazybones merely shrugged, took the shroud, went to the window, opened it, and said, "There, take it." "No," replied the corpse. "Restore it to the place you took it from." Just then the roosters suddenly began to crow. Day was dawning, and the corpse disappeared. Next evening, when the spinners had all returned to their own homes, at the very same hour, in the middle of the night, the corpse tapped at the window and cried, "Give me my shroud. Give me my shroud." Well, the girl's father and mother opened the window and offered him his shroud. "No," says he, "let her take it back to the place she took it from." "Really now, me go to a graveyard with you, a corpse? What an idea!" the lazy young woman replied. Just then the cocks crowed, heralding the arrival of dawn, and the corpse disappeared. Next day, the girl's father and mother sent for the priest, told him the whole story, and entreated him to help them in their trouble. Couldn't a service be performed, they said? The priest reflected a while. Then he replied, "Please tell her to come to church tomorrow." So the next day, the lazy bones went to church. The service began with most of the village there. But, just as they were about to sing a hymn, there suddenly arose within the church a terrible whirlwind that knocked all the congregation flat on their faces, flat to the floor, and tore the roof off the building. And then it caught up that girl and carried her off into the sky, up, 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 until she disappeared from sight and was never seen again. The moral of the story: never steal a shroud. You'll get yours soon enough. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. My name is Warren, and I write and tell original ghost stories and original horror stories featuring such cryptids as the Night Floaters, werewolves, and the Black-Eyed Children. So, again, please consider subscribing. Please help me to reach my goal of 2,021 subs in 2021. Till midnight. Cheers! Pictures used in today's video, courtesy of Pix Here, that's PX Here, while the music was the eerie Ghost Processional by that patron of the internet, Kevin MacLeod.